From his iconic one-punch KOs to his fearless energy, Gervonta Davis is a beast in the ring. Now, he's got fighters scared. These are the reasons why. After all, they don't call him the Tank for nothing, especially when this man got the patent nickname when he was just a teenager. He has an easy talent for showing his opponents what they were in for, and to this day, that stands true. Davis has become famous for his crushing punches that more or less send fighters to another world. I mean, come on, he got the title for TKO of the Year in one of his first fights with Jose Pedraza, and he wasn't even in his 20s by then. If you've been following him for a while, you guys remember how insane that moment was, right? Davis's potential was on full display in this fight. Pedraza, at that time, was the undefeated world champion, but he found that hitting Davis was like trying to hit a moving wiffle ball. So Jose planned to remain on the outside and box Davis out of reach on a high guard. The fun part was that Pedraza couldn't keep Davis far enough. If there's one thing you've got to know about his fighting style, is that Gervonta knows what his strengths are. He's got a sharp hook and crosses, so of course he closes that distance in real quick.
When he went in front of me, he didn't realize that the stand was like coming to an end.
And it not only won him his match with Pedraza, but got his name out as an insanely strong fighter. But there was no way Davis got comfortable with that W. Of course not. He's always jumping to look for the next big challenge, cause how else would anyone expect him to learn? And his drive to keep shooting for the next opponent was clear with his iconic match against Mario Barrios. I mean, if you know how incredible this fight has been. For one, it was Davis's first trial at 140 pounds after being in 135, so it was certainly a big jump.
I knew that it was all about settling the fight. I'm glad that we didn't fight.
But the Tank was ready for it. Here's the thing, Davis doesn't underestimate himself, and that's clear in this round. Even though Barrios was at least 5 inches taller than Davis, his length was just another obstacle to get over. Davis did that by staying away from Barrios's jab, understanding his opponent's moves. Then, the Tank found his range by the middle rounds, and he dropped Barrios twice in the 8th. The final blow, however, was in the 11th round. So, looking at his tactics, I think we can see how much he values saving his energy until he knows he can knock him out. And everyone can't do that. A lot of time, fighters are kinda matched in their weight and height. But with Diaz, his shorter height is an advantage many don't have. He's able to tire out his competition faster and store up that energy for his strength. It's what makes him a bit unpredictable when fighting. You don't know what's his next move, what he knows about his opponent, and that's why many people have compared him to GOATs like Mike Tyson, like Eddie Hearn, who's even picked Davis over the incredible Ryan Garcia. See, that right there is when you know this man's got something special up his sleeve.
I'm telling you, I may not speak Spanish, but I got the Mexican blood in me, and that's all that matters.
Because Garcia has been a favorite of Hearn's for a while. But in a recent interview, the promoter has made his bets known and says Tank Davis is gonna win their match on 15th April. That's an insanely big vote of confidence, right? And the promoter also stated Ryan's recovery from his mental health struggles also gives a plus to Davis, because even though he's concerned for Ryan, the fighter is taking time to emotionally recover from that battle, which would be another reason to root for the WBA's current lightweight winner. See, I think we can all admit that it'll be a close call either way.
I'm not going back down to 135 for nothing, but I will fight Tank next.
They're both insane talents, but the safest bet is someone in the right headspace, and I doubt Davis is going to let the opportunity slide. If he knows his opponent is weak, nothing will come between his win. That sort of drive has always kept his matches extremely intense, and like Eddie said, Gervonta might lose rounds, but he'll wear you down. And that means, by the end of it, we're all holding on to the edge of our seats as he takes his last blow, which, more or less, disconnects a person from reality.
We just waiting for, Ryan to accept on his side and let's get the job done.
But will he be able to do it again with Garcia? Well, I honestly think after his fight with Leo Santa Cruz, the man's capable of anything.
If Tank wants that at 140, I'm gonna record all the negotiations so you guys don't make no headlines saying I'm ducking.
Yep, maybe no other match like Davis's fight with Cruz could tell you why he's terrifying. Seriously, guys, this was a moment in boxing history. And if there was one fight that boosted Davis to crossover stardom, this could be it. Davis was competing in his first pay-per-view main event and was up against veteran 4-division title holder Santa Cruz, who was a tough fighter. This man was known for exciting matches, and Santa Cruz even outboxed Davis at times. But as they say, if you play with fire for for long enough, you'll get burned. And, as Davis has proved, he makes useful mid-fight changes, and he'd legit clinically removed Santa Cruz's tactics, forcing the Mexican legend to stand and trade, which made him pay a high price.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a fighter that, just go out there and try to look out for the knockout. So I was just warming up, see what he do the best, what's his strong hand.
See, Davis had taken a subtle step to the left, as Cruz threw a right in the 6th with his back against the ropes, and then leaned forward to land an insane left uppercut that sent the Mexican down on the canvas. You can imagine why the referee didn't even think of counting at that point. But again, this match became a perfect example of Davis's slight but perfect use of his strength. You could see it on his face. He was there to win. And after the match, he said it himself. He understood that Cruz could punch, but he didn't defend himself. So in the end, when he was cornered, that was it. In his words, that's when even Cruz realized that he was the best.
He's definitely a warrior. I think that, even though he didn't get the win, a star was born tonight.
Though that title might get truly tested after April, because the lightweight category isn't going to be the same after Davis's next match. How could it? Two of the best lightweight champions are going against each other, and though Garcia hasn't said anything about it, he's truly stepping out for this fight.
They wanted to call me a social media fighter. They wanted to call me a lot of names. Even anybody who tries to put you down and tell you can't become something, remember, you're not who people tell you are, you're who you choose to be.
There's a lot at stake for both of them here, and everyone's got nerves to control. But if Garcia can keep his status in April, then that'll be the moment a lot of Davis's opponents calm down, cause it'll be major proof that he can be beaten. Right now though, everyone's holding making their final call.
Because that's going to give me the respect I deserve, and I'm never afraid, I'm trying to tell you.
Still, once this match ends, fighters like Devin Haney, Vasyl Lomachenko, or Shakur Stevenson will be up next to compete for the crown. And if Davis pulls out another KO this time too, well, I certainly think a lot of people are going to back off. The Tank's name will be one of the scariest ones in this industry. Then, he's just got to maintain it like that. But I feel like if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Davis is certainly not easy to defeat, and his W's so far are proof of that.
We'll see come fight night when, when everybody cheering against him and, the bright lights and, it's not just a fight.
Come on, I couldn't even begin to cover all of the reasons why people have noticed his determined mindset, but everyone knows that since 2015, Davis grabbed onto every opportunity thrown his way and didn't let go. He's known that his smaller size gives off a certain image, but when you see him in the ring, any expectations have to go away. He's shown nothing but hard work and an insane drive to make himself known.
You show that you hungry and you one of the best in the sport of boxing. I'm proud of you. If nobody in this room is proud of you, I'm proud of you.
And his confidence only adds to people wanting to take a chance on his fights. So it makes sense that Davis currently has a 21-0-0 record with 20 knockouts, because he's here to make history. Those are all the reasons why fighters are scared of Gervonta Davis.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a fighter that, just go out there and try to look out for the knockout. So.